Hello again. In this video, we will be covering some important news from the past few days. Firstly, widening of taxpayers base by 10%. This is the Indian government's effort to increase tax revenue by focusing on individuals or entities that have significant spending capacity. By monitoring the spending patterns of such individuals and entities, the government aims to identify potential tax evaders and bring them under the tax net. The government's goal of widening the taxpayer base indicates its focus on expanding the tax base by bringing more people into the tax net. This is a positive step towards increasing tax revenue and reducing the burden on the existing taxpayers. To achieve this goal, the government is likely to take various measures such as improving tax compliance, leveraging technology to track high value transactions, increasing awareness about tax laws, and imposing penalties on tax evaders. However, it is important to ensure that these measures are implemented in a fair and a transparent manner. The Sudan crisis. Taking advantage of the 72-hour ceasefire, India successfully evacuated the first few batches of rescued citizens. A civilian Saudi aircraft was used to fly the 360 Indians to Delhi from Jeddah. The latest war has also brought the spotlight back on the enormous resources at Sudan's disposal. In 2022, the Sudanese Mineral Resource Company announced that it had extracted 18 tons of gold from its mines, the largest production of gold in the history of the country. This only highlights the resource potential of the country, which is also known for its vast agriculture and livestock sector. As the reports of spending 45 crore for the beautification of the Delhi Chief Minister's official residence surfaced, Congress leader Ajay Maken has raised a question on Arvind Kejriwal's right to remain in the position. Before coming to power, the Aam Aadmi Party leader distributed printed copies of a sworn affidavit in his Delhi Legislative Assembly, in which he made 7 promises, like not to use a car with a red light or request additional security beyond what is necessary for a common citizen, and refuse a large bungalow and instead live in an ordinary house like a common man. A senior Aam Aadmi Party leader opposed this by saying that his Delhi residence was built in 1942 and the renovation is recommended after an audit. The production of 120 advanced Vande Bharat Express. The centre has sanctioned Rs 600 crore to set up the coach factory at Latur and to begin the operations at the earliest. Presently, a total of 14 Vande Bharat Express trains are operating on different routes across the country. Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced plans to launch 400 new blue and white color trains in the country. To meet his demand, the national transporter has decided to manufacture this new ultra-modern train in its 3 factories in the financial year 2023 and 24. The Indian rupees has been performing well compared to the other currencies, and one of the reasons for this is the increased inflow of foreign portfolio investments into India. An increase in FPI inflows is a positive development for Indian economy, as it provides foreign capital that can be used for various purposes such as funding new projects, expanding businesses, and boosting economic growth. Additionally, a stronger rupee can also help to reduce the cost of importing goods, which can help to contain inflation. However, it is important to note that FPI inflows can be volatile and dependent on various factors such as global economic conditions, geopolitical risks, and changes in the domestic policies. Therefore, it is essential for the Indian government to maintain a stable and predictable economic environment to attract sustained foreign investments and support the long-term growth of the Indian economy. IPO of Mankind Pharma. The company is India's 4th largest pharmaceutical company in terms of domestic sales and the 2nd largest in terms of sales volume for the financial year 2022. It is engaged in developing, manufacturing, and marketing a diverse range of pharmaceutical formulations across various acute and chronic therapeutic areas, as well as several consumer healthcare products. The opening date for it was 25th April 2023 and the closing date 27th April 2023. The shares of Mankind Pharma IPO will list on 8th May. Next, First Republic Bank may face the risk of losing its membership in the S&P index due to a significant decline in their stock price. The bank's share have fallen by 43.3% and are currently trading almost 99% lower than their all-time high. The bank gained attention during the US banking crisis, which affected its financial performance. The statement bank is likely to receive assistance from the FDIC or other major bank bailouts to overcome the financial troubles. It is important to note that the S&P index is a significant indicator of a company's financial health and market performance, and losing membership could have negative consequences for the bank. Banking result of Indian companies. All banks have reported profits, although the profits may differ due to differences in the provision levels set by the banks. Some banks reported higher profits due to lower provisions, which means that they had to set aside less money to cover the potential losses. Conversely, some banks reported lower profits due to the higher provisions. However, Axis Bank was the only bank to report a loss due to the Citibank deal. Axis Bank had some sort of deal or transaction with Citibank that resulted in a loss for the bank. Additionally, Axis Bank failed to meet estimate, which suggests that the bank did not perform as well as expected. Nextly, India overtakes Saudi to become Europe's top supplier of oil. This development is significant for India as it reinforces its position as a key player in the global energy market and highlights the country's growing role in meeting the energy needs of other countries. This comes as a result of Europe's reduced access to Russian oil and their growing dependency on Indian crude oil products. Europe is set to increase its refined fuel imports from India to over 360,000 barrels per day. The next video is going to be on the banking crisis. Thank you for watching.